Hi, I'm Shalini Vasudevan Nair. I'm the Director of Nursing of Heather House CNU, which is an older person service in CH4 located in Cork. It was a pilot study, which is a comparison of two psychogeriatric depression scales, which is Geriatric Depression Scale and Cornell Depression Scale. Geriatric Depression Scale is already used in HCC for a long time at this stage, and then Cornell Scale is what we have already introduced with our version 6 of Care Plan, which is coming out this year. So the pilot study was to validate the specificity and sensitivity of this two. So how good was the information we are getting out of this assessment in relation to the borderline depression of a resident, and what kind of categories can be included in it, which includes dementia, non-dementia and differently abled group. All observations. It is activities of daily living, all assessments, which includes from the day they start, what they eat, how they process, how they communicate, how they engage with the staff, and how they will go forward with their activities of that day or their social life, how they did meet with their family members. The plus point of this is, if it is not depression, we are dictating the early signs of dementia. So there is we are anyway benefit out of it. It is not like, okay, it is only a depression tool. No. If somebody is showing off something which is not even depression, we are identifying it is not infection, then what is it? Is it an early sign of dementia?
When you are working in a unit, you know your resident well. So if there is any changes, you can do the assessment straight away. You don't necessarily have to ask unpleasant questions to the residents. That is the highest advantage of the Cornell scale assessment, that if the resident is non-verbal or differently abled, you can still complete their assessments using Cornell scale tool. It is a good recognition that we are shortlisted, and I'm very happy about it.
I believe this tool will benefit every older person, people who is living in any older person service in all over Ireland.
This project is helping people at home in that they are home in a timely manner, that the staff are able to give the care to the patient, and that they're able to stay within the community. The project was set up initially for helping people come home from hospital in a timely manner and making sure that everybody had the training within the community area and that were competent in providing the care for the client. There's one story of a client that was discharged. He was quite young, he was still going to school and wanted to go back to school and back to his friends, and to be able to maintain that, it meant that we had to provide the care early in the morning, and it was quite rewarding to see that he was actually able to join his friends in the yard in the morning at the same time as everybody else. It's important to me that patients can stay at home, can get the care at home, that the staff are going in, that they're happy with the care that they're being given, that they can discuss with me if they have any issues, if they have any concerns about somebody who's going in. It's just about providing care at home for the patient and being able to go that extra little mile for them so that they can actually stay at home and without having any of the complications, and taking the stress out of what already is a stressful time for them all.
The problem was identified to me that we were having more and more patients coming home who required care of their bowel dysfunction. Many of the patients came home following injuries and accidents. Many were wheelchair users. They were ended up with quadriplegia and they needed full bowel care. We had a problem that our nurses weren't proficient. It was outside of their scope of practice to manage this carefully, and we needed to have them trained. So I identified Mary as the perfect person to take this on, and when I asked her, she readily accepted the challenge. I'm delighted. I think it's a very worthwhile project, and I'm delighted that it has been chosen for the shortlisting, and I'm really, really proud of the wonderful work that Mary is doing, and it is making a huge difference to the patients of Kerry.
Within primary care, previous to the development of this group, we didn't have any clear interventions for autistic teenagers. There perhaps wasn't a whole lot of confidence amongst staff, as we didn't have this caseload before. So the development of this group has been really, really important for speech and language therapists, for occupational therapists, and for psychologists across the areas. they can now see a referral and speak to families and identify that actually this group would be really beneficial for this person.
The group provides an opportunity for autistic teens to meet other autistic teens within their own communities. So we run them in various different locations and different localities. There's a lot of space of helping the autistic person themselves to explore what autism means for them, just providing that space to look at it, understand it, and learn some coping skills for some challenges that might arise.
There are 4 sessions, and in the first session we focus on strengths and then we talk about challenges as well. So in every session we really try to make it a really safe, relaxed space. There are lots of breaks. We bring snacks and we bring drinks. So we're trying to win them from the get-go, and we play games as well. So it's a very mixed group. We obviously have information that we want to share, but we acknowledge that they're teenagers and they need to be able to connect with each other as well.
So when I meet a client initially at an occupational therapy assessment, if I feel that they would benefit from this group, I now have a very direct pathway that I can signpost them to. I know when the next group is running, I know where it will be running, so it makes it very streamlined and very smooth for the family.